No, share this channel. Share. Dirty. Let's go. Actually, I don't have content. Like I got a video in there. I got some SOFI on there. And we can do we can go with the hymns kit with that. All right. I'm going to start. What's good with y'all, fam? Welcome back to JRuss TV. We cover all things business, investing, and sneakers. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Today, we're going to get into, of course, the stock videos. We got to get to the peak first. Then we're going to get into some sneakers, see what sneaker drops been dropping this week, what the hype is, what the market looking like. And then we're going to cover some live reaction videos, some software engineering, some little AI, see what the market is on that. So make sure y'all tune in. Got my man Nick here today. So we're going to react, get some good chatting about the market and all that. He been investing things like that, 401ks and all that stuff, so he could probably share some good game with y'all. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Straight get into it. We gonna let me share this, Joe. All right, bet. So to get started, what I like to do is I like to check the fear and greed index first. So we can go ahead and look at this. So today is 21. Last week, a couple weeks ago, my last video, it was at like 4. That's because Trump was talking about all these tariffs and the market was going down crazy low. So Warren Buffett say when the market's in fear, that's when you buy. So when it's like 10 and under, you should be buying by all means. Right. Extreme fear, even in this range, it's a good time to buy. So the last time we was in, they don't show you when last time we was in extreme greed, but when Trump was in office and the joint was booming, all-time highs, like around February, we was in extreme greed, and now we at the bottom. So we gonna always stay tuned with that, just to see what the fear and greed index is. Now the VIX, last time we checked, it was at like close to 50. Like you can see right here when it was high. This joint was up to 45. It's at 29 right now. So it hasn't been too crazy lately. But still, I think it's still good time to be in. Let's see, that's on 5-year though. On the week, yeah, it came down over this past week. So I mean, good and bad. Me personally, because I want to keep buying at high levels. I want the joint to go back up to 50. I want that joint to drop again so I can keep putting money in. But I'm cool in this area too. Still buying dollar cost averaging, of course. Oh, I'm not showing that, y'all. My fault. This is the fear and greed index that I was showing y'all. My fault. I wasn't even sharing it. But yeah, it's at 29 right now. It was at like 45 a week ago when the market hit the low. Now, me personally, bro, I think that it's the shift jump. I think that the past week or so, that was the bottom. When that big drop happened, I think that was the bottom.
That was the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that was the bottom. The bottom of this whole tariff situation type thing. I think that was the bottom. I don't think we're gonna go that low again, to be honest. But we could. You never know. I got some new news I've been tapping into as far as what Trump is doing, and Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. So here's the latest article. ABC News. This is live, but pretty much what it said. This is actually today at when I draw that. Today at 5:31 p.m., President Donald Trump revealed for the first time on Thursday the United States is in talks with China on a tariff deal. Trump said the deal could be reached in the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's a month. So I hope y'all was buying, because once these tariff deals is over, bro, the market is booming. You peeped the other week when he put that 30-day pause, bro. Like crazy, bro.
Crazy,
that's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like,
but you gotta buy at the right time, though, bro. If you're not buying at the bottom, it's kind of, to me, bro, it's kind of over with. you think about it. I mean, maybe you have a little more time to invest, but I feel like we hit the bottom of the bottom already.
Yeah, that bottom we had the other week, I think that was the lowest we gonna go.
And if you wasn't buying, you stupid.
Yeah, exactly, bruh. So these joints can end any day. That's why I've been learning, you can't time the market. Time in the market beats time in the market. I heard a lot of people was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till it get lower to keep buying. Weeks go by, and you ain't buying nothing, and then the market gonna shoot up, and you just missed your opportunity, bruh. So it says he met with Italian premier, I don't know how you say that name, at the White House amid a tariff standoff with the European Union. Talks came a day after Trump met with Japanese. Yeah, so you've been meeting with the Japan and I think the UK and doing a lot of different negotiations. Is this China that's really just giving us a hard time with the negotiation? But that's good news though. That's good news though. Where am I? What time am I at? Don't you show me. But that's solid news though. Let me see what else they say. Conversation follows the president meeting with Italian Prime Minister during trade negotiating countries in Europe. The White House has added that the president looks forward to state visit. Ooh, dang. So what's your opinion on these tariffs, bro?
You know, bro, it's making the market very, very unpredictable at this point. You know, back in the day, you could just read news per week, like on a Monday, and see what's going on with companies.
Tweet.
And this economy we're in right now, bro, it's like next week could be great or it could be bad.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But however, if it's bad, I will be buying. For I think every day if I saw my account was red, I would just throw more money.
Throw a little something. It ain't gotta be crazy, just a little something. Like I try to tell my cousins and stuff. Y'all spend $30 a week on basic Target
stuff 50, you don't even need.
50 you don't even need. You can't throw that in the market. 50 a week, 50 just a week, like 100 a week. Come on now. It ain't that hard, bro. But I understand people budgets be different, but this is for your future though. Yeah, but I agree.
I feel like, and just speaking with the nieces and nephews, the way to look at it, bro, if you're putting money in an account that you're not even looking at, bro, and it's just letting it compound, even with putting it in companies and everything, bro, just don't look at it. Put money in there, forget about it, look at it for another month or so, bro. You'll be surprised for saying, bro. That's
what I'm saying. Like, money I'm investing is money that I won't need in the next year. You know, really hopefully I won't need it for the next 5-10 years. But
3,
but
5.
But like I said, I like my thing with the retirement and the traditional is like, at least if I need to, I can take
always
it out if I need to. But worst come to shove, bro.
You could look at it at another savings account,
exactly,
by all means, but just don't touch it, bro. Don't touch it.
Exactly. All right, fool. So next, what we're gonna get into is this NVIDIA. You see that Jensen Huang? He went to China the other day. So the CEO of NVIDIA, he went to Beijing on Thursday after Trump was talking about
the semi tariffs.
Yeah. What was I saying? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but he was like no, actually, that's another thing. First of all, I heard that was cap about the relief on semiconductor stuff like that. I said that was cap.
Yeah, I think it didn't go in effect yet.
Yeah,
but
something like that.
We gonna see.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that was cap. He said it, or somebody put it out, and then he said it was cap. He said it like it was cap, and that's why the market went back down.
Yeah. And
then the other day, this week, Trump or the government was saying NVIDIA, AMD, semiconductors, they can't sell to China no more, and that's what made that's what made the stock go down some more, because that just hit NVIDIA for $5.5 billion for the next quarter. So JRuss visit was on the invitation of a trade organization, according to social media. The government, which is battling China in the race for AI supremacy, told NVIDIA the new rules were designed to address the risk that its products might be used in or diverted to a supercomputer in China. So, of course, we trying to stay on top of stuff, U.S. I'm pro-U.S. I'm American. So I'm going to go U.S., bro. By all means, bro. I live here. My kids going to be here. My family going to be here. So, by all means, I want everything for ourselves.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen those videos of people moving to Thailand or something like that?
Yeah. I've seen those.
Let me ask you something, bro. You know, the cost of living out there is so cheap. You could spend $5 at the gas station, get you 2 bags of chips, 2 sodas, probably some toilet paper, another bag of toilet paper.
That's how I went in Peru. I got like 2 bottles of water, 2 bags of chip, $3-4.
But by all means, though, our government is probably the best. Well, let me not say that, but it's one of the top governments in the world.
We have one of the biggest economies.
Yeah, you feel me?
And something I've been peeping too, my research I've been doing, they've been saying with the negotiation with China, there's like, okay, China make all this stuff, but the U.S. is a big consumer. We buy all of it. So if we cut our wallet, they gonna get hurt just as much. So we still got some leverage.
If anything, me and you are gonna get hurt because when we're buying products from Walmart and everything, they're gonna raise their prices, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to buy their goods.
That's true.
So
yeah, but that's why I'm investing so it can play itself out. You know what I mean? It's like, shoot, I'm investing in these companies at the end of the day.
That's a fact.
Nah, for sure though. What do you say? Yeah, so the company. So now that they put this new rule in, it's companies like NVIDIA, they're going to get hit with $5.5 billion in earnings, and the share slumped 77% on Wednesday. This is another company I invested in too, AMD, which is a competitor to NVIDIA, but they're not as big, but I still think they'll do pretty well. But they got hit too, and that's why Jensen, he went out there ASAP and was like, look, hold on. Y'all messing with my paper, bro. Like, he pulled up on them, but I've been hearing this could be good for the negotiation, because now that he's out there, he can be like a middleman between the government and the Chinese, and kind of maybe something can get worked out. Like in that one article I just showed right here, they was like, could be 3 to 4 weeks. Deal could be 3 to 4 weeks, bro. So
by all means, if this deal goes out, please tap into TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. That's the company that actually creates and manufactures the chips for NVIDIA, AMD. You feel me?
I was in it. But so it's too many options. I'm not gonna lie, it's too many plays, bro. I've been trying to focus, like just spreading my money too thin.
I feel that, but if you think about it, bro, you want to put your money in companies that are actually doing the work for these big corporations. You see what I'm saying?
That's very true. So now we can go right into this one right here, Robinhood portfolio. So one company I am invested in right now is ASML.
Yeah, facts.
I have 2 shares of this. So I hear what you're saying. So like the layering, so we can break it down for real.
Wait, so ASML, do they actually build out the chips for NVIDIA too, or they do?
ASML, that's the company that builds chips. You need ASML to build chips in general. So whether you're NVIDIA, AMD, they have the equipment to build it.
So basically, TSM and ASML are basically the same thing, if you think about it.
No. Hold on. We can look it up. Hold up. Let me see. Actually, we can go back here. So we can see. So TSM, make sure I'm on my screen. Hold up. So TSM manufacture and sale of integrated circuits and wafer semiconductor device. Its chips are used in personal computers, applications, wiring. So that's TSM. ASML, they have the machines that make this stuff. Development, production, marketing, sales, upgrading, and serving advanced semiconductor equipment system. So they're like another layer. So you have ASML as the base, then probably TSM, then AMD, NVIDIA. Okay. They're a company in Germany. Hold up.
So they're not manufacturing the chips. They're more so like the software part of it and programming and all that.
Right here. Motley Fool. Let's see. Okay. ASML is the only producer of extreme ultraviolet EUV lithograph systems, which are to produce the world's smallest, densest, and most powerful, efficient chips. ASML largest customer, TSMC, uses those EUV systems to manufacture top-tier chips for AMD, Apple, NVIDIA. So AMD is like, bro, ASML is so crazy, bro, like, because their equipment makes everything, but their equipment is so like advanced that if they was to sell it to someone, they can't even operate it. When they sell these equipment and products to somebody, they have to add in a full-time person to teach them how to use the equipment because it's so difficult
to maintain it.
Yeah. So the moat is crazy, but I mean, either way, as long as you invest in the ecosystem, you good. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So, but yeah, so like that's the layer into it. But either way, like I said, it's still good. All those are key players.
And there's an ETF I'm in. It's called SMH.
Yeah. That just covers everything. I was in it, but I dubbed that joke
for real?
Just to put more into individual stocks. Because I mean, I'm pretty much.
What's that right there? CELH.
Celsius. That's the drink.
Okay.
So I did make some plays the other week. I don't have too much money in this account, so we got VOOG S&P 500 tracking. I put $10 in this on April 7th at 300. It's already at 318. So I put a little bread in there as far as recent buys. Is this sharing?
Question: why VOOG and besides VOO?
Sharing. Hold up.
Or instead of VOO?
Hold that joint ain't cooking. Is it working? Is the audio still on? Test. Okay. Is the audio still on? Alright, okay. What was he saying?
Comparing VOO to VOOG, why VOOG?
Main reason for this is because compared to VOO over the past 5 years, it has a better return rate. So VOOG over the past 5 years has been up. Well, actually, just math. We can just do all the time. It's been up 525%. Versus VOO over the time of inception, 373%. So I'm just thinking long term. It's a growth ETF and it's more tech heavy.
Right, but
so that's why that's kind of my reasoning.
But question though, right? So if we're doing max, that goes all the way back to what?
From when it first
or something
started. Yeah. I don't know what is on it.
Whenever it started, 2010. Yeah. So, but what about looking at the comparisons for the last year?
The last year, so VOOG year over year is 8.22%. But I mean, I do 1 year is kind of shaky. I'll at least do 5 years. I'll at least do 5. We could do both. 1 year is 8%. 5 years is 101%. For VOO, 1 year is 5.2%. 5 years, 90%.
I see.
So a little different, but it's more. That's why it's more of a growth ETF. And but it depends on your risk tolerance and what people want to buy more into. Because
both.
Yeah, I wasn't both, but then I'm trying to be more concise.
I feel that.
It's more tech. Now tech is gonna go down more during like recessions and stuff, but it's gonna give you the most returns. And like I saw somebody say, our economy is built on technology. So technology ain't gonna fail. It's here to stay, bro. You know what I mean? But okay, so we get the VOG, we got the NVIDIA. Somebody in this junk. Hi, y'all. What's up with y'all, man? We are currently going over my Robinhood portfolio right now, so appreciate y'all tuning in. See NVIDIA. I think I bought a little bit more of NVIDIA. I put like $5 in NVIDIA at $96. It's back over my $100 right now.
It's going to hit 130 in the next couple months.
I need 200. I need 200 by the end of the year.
I don't see 200 happening this year.
How much you think by the end of the year?
End of the year, max, we're probably going to hit 150.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Meta, I put 15 in at 515. Meta has a lawsuit they're going through right now. So the government, they're trying to break Instagram and WhatsApp up. They say they're too powerful. I think they'd be good. Though. But either way, I'm still buying Meta. I love Meta. Celsius, still love Celsius. I think I put a little bit in here the other day as well. And I got a nice little, that's a London payment. Yeah, I bought $10 at $35. It's at 37 right now.
Why Celsius?
Just to diversify. And I like their product. I drink it a lot, so I like their drinks. What else? They got a deal with Pepsi, distribution deal, and this is popular around youth. Everywhere I go, I see people drinking Celsius. I mean, I think they're probably one of the best competitors that have been going against Monster right now.
Very true.
Yeah, and Monster you look how much Monster they've been able to take over the past 5 years. 93% max. I think Monster is one of the top performing stocks of all time.
Really?
Like 128% is crazy over max.
That's crazy.
Like, and people our generation and just in general, bruh, we're caffeine junkies. Like, you know, you be seeing on everybody drink energy drinks, coffee. America runs on caffeine. I like it. I thought I drink too much, but I'm just, video be bullish or bearish Monday. I don't know, bruh. I don't know.
It's going down, bro. I think I feel like it's going to go back to at least 95, 90-ish.
95, 90.
We're going to see, though. We gonna see.
After that news with them saying, you know, they taking that they can't sell to China no more, and that's a big part of their revenue. I think it's gonna still take some hit. But we got earnings seasons coming up though. Earnings season's gonna be coming soon. I don't know, bro. Probably bearish. Probably still bearish. Yeah. I don't think we out of it yet. We need at least another month or two. But like I said earlier, Trump he said today that they have a deal where they're working something out with China. Should be in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So
we're gonna see.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna see for real. Appreciate the comment though, Brody.
By Q3, definitely see some profit
for sure. But I think by the back half of this year, we gonna be straight
for sure.
Okay, I think NVIDIA probably the next one on my list. It's AMD. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been scooping so much AMD up right now, bro.
I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I respect it. Why? Explain why you're not a fan of AMD,
bro. I was in AMD, I think all of last year, bro, and I've lost more money than I've ever did on something before, bro. Like at that point, bro, I was like, bro.
They call it advanced. They even call it an advanced money destroyer, bro. They been calling it an advanced money destroyer, like that. But bro, I've been doing a lot of I would say buy a couple shares, bro. But no. I respect it. Stick to your conviction, bro. But
NVIDIA TSM all the way.
I respect it. I just think AMD will have a better return rate over NVIDIA the next couple of years, because it's at a lower market cap, but also NVIDIA is expensive. Companies are going to need a cheaper alternative eventually, and it's different phases to this whole AI thing. I don't want to make this video too long; it's a whole other subject. But you got generative AI, and then you got reasoning inference. So reasoning inference is pretty much like if you're using ChatGPT, it will we know if you type something in, it will say, okay, I'm getting the I'm searching the web or whatever, and then it says reasoning. That's basically it asking itself a lot of questions like, do I think this is the best answer? That like basically how we do as humans, we like, nah, that don't make sense. Let me try this way. That's exactly what that's doing. That takes a lot of computing and energy. Inference, that's inference. AMD has been showing progress as being better for inference.
I see what you're saying. But listen, bro.
Go ahead.
At the same time, bro, NVIDIA is probably the most valuable company
100%.
in years, 100%. Bro. AMD has not even shown that, bro.
They late to the game, bro. They late to the game. Appreciate you, bro.
AMD has not shown that. The chart is right there.
I agree. They slow. They were slow. I was in it too, and I lost money. I sold out. Lost a little bit,
bro. But I was like 50% of that. So I was like, nah.
I lost it plenty of times, bro. You just gotta keep going.
I don't like to see that. I had to get out. That and when CrowdStrike went down, I got out of that shit. Oh, bad.
I did, but I bought back in.
Nah.
That thing was crazy though. That thing was crazy. The whole airport. I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, but now I agree with you, but. Meta, I got a lot of my thesis is I'm big on it.
I like it though, but I respect it.
But I mean, I hold both. Something I've been learning. You can hold both players. Facts. I hold AMD. I hold a lot of NVIDIA, and I'm trying to do half NVIDIA, half AMD.
That's a fact.
That's kind of what I've been thinking on. Next is SOFI. I know you said you've been tapping in. What you been thinking about SOFI?
There's a lot of competitors with SOFI. However, I believe SOFI is it the #1 online banking as of right now, or I don't know.
I don't think it's the #1, but it's
high up there.
It's getting there among the youth.
As far as like high yield savings accounts and all that stuff, like
rate. I don't know about that.
I low-key saw it though, because I use Wealthfront personally. However, I was looking at SOFI. I think they're like one of the top people with high yield savings accounts and everything too. But I mean, shoot, they have a lot of sponsorships as of right now.
You see him at every basketball game
NBA
because the CEO he came from Goldman Sachs, I think, or something like that. What's his name? And he has good connections with the NBA and sports team. Every time I be at sports games, I see it. You know what I mean? So that's a good sign.
So I feel like in the next year or two, it's really going to tell whether or not I'm going to stay.
I'm down 30% on this job.
Yeah, but it hasn't. I don't think it's gone up past what $15.
It's been a minute. It's been in this $12 range, $10 to $12 range for a while.
You feel me?
I think it's still good though. Long term, of course, I'm still in there. I built a strong position here already, so I'm not really buying too much more. I've been focusing more on Robinhood. I've been buying a lot of Robinhood.
I bought, facts.
I like Robinhood.
Facts.
That's kind of been my next biggest conviction.
And Eli Lilly's a big one for me.
Yeah, I'm in him, so that's kind of
same thing. Kind of same thing.
Yeah, so I've been buying a lot of Hims lately too. I'm very, very bullish on Hims. Down 36% right now. I put $10 in at $27. It's still around here, so that's just more for us to keep buying more for real. So
are you done with Palantir?
No. This is the online one.
Okay.
My private is I don't want to show that. John,
okay.
But this is really my mom portfolio. I just be investing for her. She give me bread. But this is one I'd rather show on publicly. You know, I ain't showing. But the whole killers, bro. You know what I've been because like I follow a lot of financial people online, and they show like 30, 40, 50, 100K bands easily. But it's like I feel like in our community, the Black community, it's like I don't really feel comfortable showing that much money.
Facts. People in your business,
you know.
I feel that.
But I mean, I think I might get to that point where I do because I don't really care. But it's like I do because I
feel.
But people be on here every day showing their net worth, how much, like it's very transparent on the internet.
I don't know about that one, bro.
Yeah.
By all means, I get it though, content wise, but I don't know, bro. That's like
it depends on your target market.
I feel that.
Because like I watch people all the time that post it, and I appreciate it because I like transparency.
It's just like their investment portfolio, I would assume.
Oh yeah, their investment portfolio. I follow one dude. He got like 40 band investment portfolios. He just kind of the same stuff I do. But the reason why I wanted to do a smaller one because I know it's a lot of people that's just starting.
That's a fact.
And they get intimidated by like 10, 30 bands in an account like that.
Don't get intimidated. I think the best strategy that I use, I look for low price stocks like SOFI or NVIDIA is just
small caps.
Yeah, you feel me? But those are the best ones I look at and just wait for them to rise. Buy in the red so you can enjoy those profits in the green.
Exactly.
Do you buy when it's green, bro? I don't really.
I've been buying weekly.
Dollar cost average. Yeah, of course.
Green or red.
You feel me? I feel that.
But if it's red OC, I'll put more in.
I feel that. I don't buy in the green. I ain't gonna lie.
But I've been trying to buy every week though.
I feel that.
I mean, yeah.
Well, dollar cost averaging, that's separate. But I'm just saying
big lumps. They try to be in the red.
Yeah.
Even if it is green, that still don't mean that it's because like look at year to date. Like, okay, this past week on the day, so the past week we might have been up green, but year to date we're still down.
Yeah, we're still down.
So it's like at the end of the day, you still buying at a discount.
Facts.
You know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this segment. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all still tapped in, we'll get to the next segment. And let's get it. So next one I'm gonna get into is some sneakers. I'm trying to get back into more sneaker content on here. Last video didn't do too bad. Kobe's just came out. What's your opinion on these, bro? Let me actually share this first. What's your opinion on these, John?
Those just came out?
These came out.
Those are like the over. Wait, what are those?
These are what the Kobe's.
Yeah, those came out like 2012 or something.
Yeah, they just came out. Market ain't crazy. I thought they would have been more, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, no, 250 solid.
They hard.
Yeah, 250 solid.
Would I wear them with a fit? I don't know.
That's been my whole thing. I've been trying to get more sneakers that's versatile.
Yeah.
Cause like this is like hoop or some.
I definitely hooping.
Random occasion, but they're gonna be sitting for the most part.
Yeah.
Versus like
just to have it in the collection.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've been heavy on New Balances though. New Balance been going crazy.
Yeah, I want to get back. I ain't been buying too much, but I need to get a 2-3 pack this year. 2-3 new jumps.
Yeah, those 5s that just came out. Definitely been peeping them.
Yeah, you see the Jordan Air Max just came out too.
Mm-hmm.
The metallic reimagined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these ones hard. They sexy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like the dots on the bottom.
Okay,
but it's cool. I fuck with the dots.
With the white laces.
Yeah,
I seen people with the white laces.
They hard. They hard.
Yeah, I'm saying if I could snag a decent price, low key cop.
But that's another thing too, though, bro. You know what I don't understand? Just going to speaking on sneakers and everything.
Yeah,
I just can't more than $500, $600. Maybe on a sneaker.
I never could. My max is like three. Yeah, shit. My max.
That's 3. I feel that, bro.
There's like designer like Mason Margielas.
Yeah.
I do 3 to 4 on some Masons.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
So like I wear those a lot. So I wouldn't mind.
Nah, those
money on those.
Yeah.
I think these what's the names just came out too. These they had a sneaker release on this channel. I don't know where to say, but these Air Max just came out. These clean. These like some OG. The neon jump. These are OG pair.
OGs. Yeah.
These came out today, I think. Yeah, these clean. They going for $339. What's the retail on these?
And it's funny though.
April 18th.
I was just in Foot Locker the other day. A lot of these shoes would have been sold out.
It's a different market now, bro. It's a different market now, bro. Like I was talking to who was I talking to? I was talking to my homie. He do it full time. And he do straight bulk. He's like the market different. And a dude that bought all my inventory out like a month ago. He's like, it's hard now. It's different market. You got to get them in out. You know, back in 2020, 2021, 2022, that was a lick. That joint was a lick back then, bro. That joint was a lick. It's different. I think it's starting to come back though. That's why I'm looking into it and trying to see what's up with it. But Nike just got a new CEO, and they got some heat coming out this year already. But I'm not buying every sneaker. Like it depends. It gotta be certain ones.
That's a fact. And just going back to stocks for a second, as far as Nike and everything, I don't recommend getting it.
I wouldn't need that. I started a small position, but they have a lot of competitors.
They don't. It's not even that. They have nobody on their team anymore. Like if you think all of the new superstars and everything, everybody's going to New Balance, Adidas. What else is there? I can't remember. But
it's not.
People aren't messing with Nike.
It's just. I mean, they still got the OG, the Jordan, the LeBrons. But I don't know that next new superstar. I don't know the NBA has a next new superstar. Do you think they got another like LeBron or something coming out?
Bro, if you look at Anthony Edwards,
I've been hearing about him. I've been hearing Anthony Edwards.
He got Adidas going crazy with his sneakers. I think James Harden's still with Adidas. Those are cool too. But a lot of people been wearing Ant sneakers with Adidas. Ja Morant is holding down Nike. I respect it. As far as the next big superstar though, bro, to your point, not as big as LeBron
like
or
Steph got Under Armour. You feel me?
That's a whole bag right there. You feel me? He's leading Under Armour on his back. Bro.
Nike. I mean, Nike's been through it, but it wouldn't be a big investment for me. Something small, but it wouldn't be big.
But here's the kill though. Now shoe companies aren't even looking at athletes. They're looking at influencers too. And
a lot of women too.
Exactly.
A lot of women too. That's true. So I can agree with that for sure.
If you could get signed to us, if you could get sponsored by a sneaker or a sneaker brand, who would you pick?
It'd be Nike.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Really? Why?
It's Nike. Like
I'm saying, think about it. You're not an athlete. You're an influencer. So like, how you gonna do that?
It will be Nike. Just I don't know. It just be Nike.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you asked me if somebody was coming to the bag.
Yeah.
I'd go with Nike, but it depends on how the deal is structured.
Facts.
If it's a good deal, if not, I'll go with the best deal. But I look in my closet, it's majority Nike.
So what would your signature shoe look like if you could pick any Nike model?
That's a hard question, bro. I really got it. I got it dive.
Are Jordans included, or that's separate?
You gotta be like a Travis Scott for that.
Okay.
To do a Jordan rerun, like you gotta be that. Most Nike deals are like an Air Force One rerun.
Okay.
Like Lil Yachty, he got an Air Force One deal. Yeah. Most people get like an Air Force One.
I feel that. If
you get a Jordan, you gotta be like a Travis, like OZ.
Yeah, I feel that.
You gotta get OZ for that. But that would be sweet. Trying to see what else came out. Think Air Max. Oh, yeah, these KD floors came out too.
I've seen those too.
The Easter jumps, I think. Yeah. I like how they re-retro them because these remind me back in the day, bro. These used to be coming out all the time. Yeah, but I got the nerves, but I wouldn't get these.
It's funny how they're doing that though, bringing up old shoes.
Yeah, they're bringing all of them back.
That's smart though.
Yeah, exactly.
The Galaxies are hard.
Yeah, they brought the Galaxy back.
It's smart. Yeah, I respect it.
I wouldn't mind getting the Aunt Pearls. They got to bring them back because Nike doing bad.
You feel me?
They need to get themselves up.
But it's like, are you wearing those for basketball or like apparel wise? Like,
it's just on some athleisure wear, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chilling, little sweatpants, Nike sweat on, running out real quick. But on some like trying to get dripped down.
I feel that.
It wouldn't be these. That's why it's a hard time buying these for real. But I still got these, but they beat. I got them in my closet.
Yeah,
Christmas jumps.
You know who's actually a big starter? I just forgot. Shea Gildress Alexander, however you say his last name. He's with Converse.
Okay.
And whatnot. He got some shoes, I think, called Butters or something. Those hard. You could wear those for basketball and just some fly shit too.
How do you spell his name? Anthony Edwards.
And ANTHONY.
This is shoe, bro.
Nah, it's
Marvel Ant-Man. Oh wait.
Hold on, let me see. Let me find it. Exactly.
Oh,
yeah. A lot.
I've seen these.
Yeah.
I've seen at the gym I work at.
A lot of people wear those.
Yeah.
Just for gym wear, basketball. You feel me? Those is alright. When you get a chance to look up the Shea ones, Shea Gildress.
Oh, shoot, it's wrong. And these are the only ones on StockX. I guess they ain't got no market for them. They even resell. They like
nah, for real.
Oh, no, they got a couple jumps.
And they cheap.
They just cheap. They ain't really selling from that. What's the other one you were saying?
I don't know the shoe name, but just look up SHAI. Yeah, right there. Gilchrist Alexander shoes.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing him online.
Oh, so I think you gotta get MVP.
He with Nike.
Is he? Nah, it's not with Nike. But those were it right there though. Right there, Converse. Right there.
Okay.
To me,
okay.
I've seen him wear it.
Like, it would have to be. These are hooping shoes.
Yeah,
like, these are hooping.
But I'm not gonna lie. I seen Lil Yachty was wearing them one time, swagging.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen these. I've seen these. If you can swag them right, you feel me?
You was swagging them.
For sure.
Other than that, I don't really know anybody else.
I'd be forgetting.
Converse got a stock. Oh, I wonder what that's talking about.
I fought for the stream. I wasn't even showing y'all, but we was looking up what's his name? Shai Gilchrist shoes. One of his shoes right here. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about these. I said they cool. Like I said, sometimes I have to see a player rock them.
Mm-hmm.
See somebody else rock them. Like, okay,
I wear them low key.
I can see. I gotta see somebody else crack them. And then we were looking at Anthony Edwards shoe too. Him, and then we were looking at Anthony Edwards shoe as well. These jumps. Yeah, I do see a lot of people wearing these though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'll try them on. See how that.
But Kobe's never going away though.
Yeah.
Kobe's never going away.
Yeah, they never. Nah, so but these joints cool. I rock with them. But yeah, we just talking about this one and Shy shoes. Look at the market for them, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool though. So we're gonna see what's up. Next one I want to do a cool little reaction video. So I'm gonna share this jump. What's up with y'all, fam? Welcome back to JRuss TV. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. We cover all things business, investing, and sneakers. We got my man's Nick with me today, and this video, the rise and fall of software engineers. I was just talking to one of my homies the other week too about this. We was asking ChatGPT, like, is software engineering cooked? And it was like yes and no, but let's see what they talking about.
Real good. You know, I seen a video one time, and it talked about project managers getting replaced by AI.
Nah. You can't really replace that, but software engineers were replaced before project managers, bro. Or program managers.
So AI will replace a lot of stuff.
No. $18,000, bro. That's That's until 2025 alone right now, bro. Like, it's only gonna grow. Another thing too, NVIDIA and AMD. AMD is open source. NVIDIA is closed source. So many people can use AMD.
Yeah.
This came up. Dang. 200,000. Yeah, why I keep doing that? They keep saying they losing connection.
Still live?
From sharing my screen. I don't know how far back it went. Let me see. I don't know how far back it went.
Complex patterns. In 2015, Google introduced TensorFlow, a machine learning
Hope it ain't got that.
with the rise of artificial intelligence.
AI poses a major threat to all of humanity. So could these programs really turn into science fiction like the Terminator movies, or are they a valuable tool that could benefit society?
Advances in deep learning enabled the creation of models capable of analyzing vast amounts of data and detecting complex patterns. In 2015, Google introduced TensorFlow, a machine learning framework that marked a turning point in AI development. Tools like SonarQube emerged to automatically identify vulnerabilities and bad coding practices. In 2017, a paper published by Google introduced the transformer architecture, the foundation of modern language models. This innovation allowed the training of AI models with natural language processing capabilities on an unprecedented scale. Over time, these models began to be applied to software development, generating code snippets and automating debugging tasks. But the most significant milestone came in 2021 when GitHub launched Copilot.
Microsoft 365 Copilot. Copilot combines the power of large language models to turn your words into the most powerful productivity tool on the planet.
Developed in collaboration with OpenAI, this system could write functional code.
What's good with y'all, fam? We currently going over this video is the rise and fall of software engineers. So we just seeing how AI is just taking over. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Code from simple natural language descriptions. According to GitHub, in its first year of existence, Copilot generated approximately 40% of the code in the projects where it was used. This led developers to question whether their jobs were at risk. In 2022, DeepMind introduced AlphaCode, an AI system capable of solving competitive programming problems. Although it did not surpass the best human programmers, it ranked in the top 54% of coding competitions. This development made it clear that automation would not only affect simple tasks, but could also tackle complex problems once thought to be the exclusive domain of human thought. By 2025, AI is not just a support tool, it is an active collaborator. Language models like GPT-4 can generate complete applications from brief instructions, automating routine tasks. Companies like Microsoft and Amazon have already integrated AI into their workflows, reducing the need for junior programmers.
Generative AI underpins everything we're doing here, with perceiving, grasping, and moving products with the Robin arms to managing fleet congestion with our Pegasus robotic drive.
Have you peeped? Amazon's been taking a lot of companies out of business, like Big Lots. You ever heard of Big Lots?
Yeah, they out of business.
Bankrupt. They out of business. Then there's oh crap. I was just talking to my dad about this. Spears is gone.
Oh yeah,
that's Trump been gone. But Big Lots for sure. It's another store I just can't think of right now. But Amazon is literally taking all of these companies and just throwing them away, bro. Like it's so insane.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy right now, and that's why I like Amazon too. I'm listening to Amazon. Yeah, I like Amazon. Amazon.
It's gonna be here for the long run.
It's definitely gonna be here. It's gonna be here for a while.
According to a report, up to 30% of software development tasks can now be automated by advanced AI. The consequences of this revolution are clear. Basic roles are disappearing as machines take over repetitive tasks. Companies prefer to use automated tools rather than hire junior developers due to cost savings. On the other hand, the required skills are changing. Developers no longer just write code. They must understand how to interact with AI and validate its outputs. Looking to the future, projections indicate that AI will continue to advance. Emerging tools like DeepMind's AlphaCode have already demonstrated the ability to solve complex competitive programming problems with accuracy comparable to top human programmers. However, opportunities are also evolving.
Machine learning engineers, data scientists that can work with these algorithms, very high demand right now.
Fields like cybersecurity, software architecture, and algorithm supervision remain areas where AI cannot yet replace human expertise. According to a study, by 2035, developers with hybrid skills combining AI and traditional programming will be in high demand. Moreover, creativity and innovation remain human strengths that AI cannot fully replicate. Developers exploring emerging fields like AI ethics, data privacy, and technology regulation have a vast arena for meaningful and sustainable careers. The displacement of software developers by AI is an ongoing process, but it is not an inevitable fate for everyone. Throughout history, automation has changed the nature of work, but also created new opportunities for those who adapt. Developers possess something that neither AI nor automation can match: their capacity for reasoning and creativity. The future of software engineers will depend on their ability to adapt and work alongside artificial intelligence.
I was in this one town hall at my old job, and the CEO was just saying how they hired this one dude straight out of college because he knew AI programming from the back of his head to the front, bro. Yeah. They offered him probably, I don't know how much it was, bro, but he could see if the CEO mentioned it, bro. I know they offered him paper, bro.
That's OC. That's OC. Crazy. That's OC. For sure. For sure. Appreciate you joining, man. We just got through this last video, the rise and fall of AI engineers. Then we're gonna get into this last video talking about our Elon Musk and Tesla giving up on EVs. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna stop sharing both of these, and then I'm gonna start sharing a new one. Share. All right, bet. What's up, fam? Welcome back to JRuss TV. If you're new to my channel, we cover all things business, investing, and sneakers. Got my man's Nick with me. We about to get into this next reaction video. It's Tesla and Elon Musk giving up on EVs. I don't know, man. He been hurting the brand. I'm not gonna lie, dealing with politics. I have a small position in Tesla. By the end of the day, Tesla is a robotics company. It's not just a car company. Mm-hmm. It's a robotics company, and they'll blow through this. But at the end of the day, this politics stuff is hurting them, bro. It's hurting them.
And if you peep all these other car brands, they're actually taking over with their own EV space and all that.
Yeah, even self-driving too.
A lot of people been transferring over to them.
Tesla. I think this past quarter has been the highest trade-ins of Teslas. They've been cheap, bro. I've been thinking about getting one. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, really?
But
wait, no. The last point you said that
people been trading in.
Really?
Yeah, people been trading the joints in.
I was just thinking about getting.
They've been having stickers. I bought this car before. I knew Elon was crazy. Yeah, people are mad. They've been rioting. They've been blowing up Teslas.
Really?
Burning down factories. Like people mad, bro. With this
I was not sharp.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, bro. But like. They're going for like 25,000 now.
Yeah, cheap.
But insurance is crazy. They're like 300, 330 for insurance. I can't do it. I would. I was thinking about it, but once I saw that, I called. It was like, yeah, it'll be $330 a month for insurance. I was like,
that's insane. What are you paying for?
No, you saving more, but on gas and stuff. Mm-hmm. And maintenance, which is cool, but you just even it back out with the insurance.
Yeah,
it's like, so you're not even saving nothing, bro. Yeah. Let me know what's your opinion on Teslas, whoever in the chat. You a fan of Teslas or what you think? But let's see what they talking about.
Public backlash against CEO Elon Musk's political positions.
Sales are down 50% year over year. China's sales are down 50%.
In the last couple of months, though, the stock's just been obliterated.
Less than 6 months ago, Tesla's story was dramatically different. Shares of the company rose 30% in a single week. The once fledgling and often struggling EV maker was worth more than $1 trillion and more than all the world's other major.
Pause it real quick. I want to see that. Go back.
Market cap.
Toyota's number 2. Ferrari's number 4. Interesting.
Yeah, they still the top electric.
I think Lexus is a part of Toyota, I would assume.
EV maker was worth more than $1 trillion and more than all the world.
It might. Yeah, it's not up here.
Interesting.
At the bottom.
Interesting.
I sold out on my Rivian. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? You was big on that.
I was, but the way the market was, it was so many deals, bro. I was like, you're really not going out.
Did you exchange it with something else, or you just sold it?
I sold it and put it in the stock.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, because it was too many good deals, bro. Like I couldn't. I had like 600, a couple thousand in there. I was like, I could put this in, Amazon or something. I can, you know what I mean, right now. That's the only reason why I might buy back into it because their stock's still down. So I might buy back into
combined. But in 2025, the stock has plummeted, losing more than 35% of its value since the beginning of the year. In most markets, including the US, China, Europe, and Australia, sales are falling too. While 90% of company revenue comes from selling EVs, Tesla has changed its mission. CEO Elon Musk has sunk billions into projects like self-driving cars and humanoid robots.
The future we're headed for is one where you can literally just have anything you want.
That's what's going to make
the key to that is robotics and AI.
But feelings about the change in direction, or what some call abandoning the company's original mission, are mixed.
Tesla's mission was to advance sustainable transportation and energy. It was never to create robo-taxis and humanoid robots. And that's Elon just changing Tesla's mission. And now I think that Tesla needs a new CEO.
You can say Tesla's a tech company all you want. It's not. It's a car company. And when you don't sell cars, those losses start to stack up.
I truly believe years from now, autonomous will define Tesla.
Half of Tesla vehicles are built in China. He looks at left and right, north, south. He's surrounded by Chinese competition that are driving costs down. There's price wars, and he's saying, no, there's no way Tesla can win this war in China and probably not globally. So let's take.
What's good, fam? Thank y'all for joining. We covering one of his reaction video. Are Elon Musk and Tesla giving up on EVs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What y'all think?
Things in a different direction.
So why do some say the company has lost its way? And can it get back on course? CNBC dove in to find out.
Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard.
We changed the way the world thought about electric cars, and we restarted the EV revolution in the world.
A year later, Elon Musk invested $6.5 million and joined Tesla's board. In 2006, Musk published the secret Tesla Motors Master Plan. Tesla's overarching purpose was to move the world from fossil fuels to solar and electric power. The plan didn't mention autonomy or robots. The idea was simple: make and sell expensive EVs, use that money to make cheap EVs. In 2014, Tesla began outfitting its vehicles with hardware for a driver assistance system, later called Autopilot. Within a year, it released the software. That's also when Musk said Tesla vehicles would drive themselves within 2 years. Master Plan Part 2 was released 2 years later. It included an entire section on self-driving cars. The plan said, among other things, that owners would be able to make money renting out their Teslas as rideshare vehicles. The New Yorker asked, will the Tesla Model 3 be the first truly self-driving car?
Since 2015, he said that every year, next year. We're now in 2025, and there's not one car on the road from Elon Musk that can do that.
Rollouts of autopilot and full self-driving features have repeatedly hit delays. Even then, the cars aren't truly self-driving. The two systems require a driver to be able to take over at a moment's notice. Tesla's
Can you really make a car self-drive? Like, think about it. Just how they just showed that video with a deer in the road, and you got to maneuver that joint, bro.
That's
no,
go ahead.
I was gonna say a human's mind reacts quicker than a computer. Well, not in every case, but in a situation like that, bro, like we have to dodge a deer. I don't know.
That's where reasoning comes in.
You see
what I was telling you earlier about inference and reasoning.
Facts.
So to give you another example, so like inference reasoning, what AMD does well in. So say training and then it's inference. NVIDIA is good at training. So if I teach you how to ride a bike, okay, cool, you know how to ride a bike.
Now you got to keep doing it.
But inference reasoning, what AMD does is, what if you go up a hill? What if a deer come in front of you? That's reasoning, and you got to be able to adapt to different scenarios. You know how to ride a bike, but inference AMD is what you got at different scenarios in the market. You know what I mean? So that's a whole nother thing that requires a lot of compute.
FSD and autopilot software have landed it in many lawsuits and federal investigations. Neither the DOJ nor Tesla responded to CNBC's requests for comment or an interview. While Musk was promising fully autonomous rentable Teslas, the company was transforming itself into a high-volume electric car maker. Production of the Tesla Model 3, a lower-priced sedan, began in July 2017. A lot of that has paid off. Sales grew 60-fold over a 10-year period. By 2023, the Model Y crossover became the world's best-selling vehicle.
How we're doing on popularity? Well, we actually literally make the best-selling car on Earth of any kind. So that's it ends for 2 years in a row.
Tesla's shares soared too, although it's been volatile.
Welcome to the ARK Venture Fund.
Today, during Tesla's AI Day investor event, Musk announced that the company would be making a robot. It was a natural move, in Musk's words.
Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are, like I said, semi-sentient robots on wheels.
Tesla showed off a prototype in 2022. Master Plan 3 focused entirely on sustainable energy.
Master Plan Part 3 is a very long master plan because it's basically making all energy on Earth sustainable.
But since this, more and more attention has focused on robots and autonomous cars. The company released a demo video of Optimus sorting objects. At its We Robot event in late 2024, the company unveiled the Cybercab, a 2-passenger, fully autonomous car planned for production in 2026, the RoboVan, a much bigger vehicle, and a dancing robot. Wall Street was underwhelmed, and shares dropped 9% on the day.
We expect to be in production with the Cybercab, but probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes. But in 2026.
Just days later, the company abandoned its plan to make a low-cost EV called
I think he founded PayPal.
Okay, that's true.
And I think something else maybe, but I think PayPal was the big one.
And it's after that.
Well, not PayPal. Then I think he used that money to go into something else, I think, and then Tesla. But even with Tesla, you can get venture funding like it's nothing these days. But and then he bought Twitter after that. Then Twitter got bought out by XAI, which is his company. It's a generative AI company. So that's another thing. And so he's smart. He's smart.
Pointless for human drivers. And since Musk has doubled down on his shift.
I've kind of described Master Plan 4 essentially, which is like autonomous cars, autonomous humanoid robots. You combine that with like solar and battery storage, and I think the future is going to be incredible.
Now this year, he actually has to deliver FSD. And let me be the first to tell you, he's not going to deliver.
If you go back to the history of Musk and Tesla, There's been many times, no way they can do it. Impossible. I'm not saying it is going to be hard to get there, but I truly believe years from now, autonomous will define Tesla.
Tesla is supposed to launch unsupervised full self-driving as a paid service in June 2025.
The technology does not work. He uses camera only. Every other car that is driverless on the road right now uses LiDAR and radar. Tesla does not. It just fundamentally doesn't work.
After spending a lot of time watching Waymo and being in Waymos, I've decided that the hardware.
Waymo's another competitor too. They owned by Google, so they're doing self-driving. Uber's doing self-driving.
Everybody.
So it's going to be a lot of competitors.
It's sufficient to occur in Tesla.
Musk has acknowledged some of the challenges.
The honest answer
is that we're
going to have to upgrade people's hardware 3 computer for those that have full self-driving, and that is the honest answer. And that's going to be painful and difficult, but we'll get it done.
But Musk says that LiDAR, a technology that uses lasers to measure distances and construct pictures of an environment, still isn't necessary or even good for autonomous vehicles.
If anybody could do it, given the massive amounts of data that Tesla has to feed into these AI models and the progress they've made, and every iteration that we've seen of FSD and we've experienced with FSD at Tesla, it's better, better, better. So there are definitely people out there who say it's never going to work without LiDAR.
I believe they can get there without LiDAR.
Yeah, we haven't even
I'm not saying
thought about that yet. That's another issue. Like, okay, so self-driving does come available. What happens when you hit somebody or you like unallow somebody? It's like that's only the lawsuit in itself.
Get to the last mile, you might not need some LiDAR, but I think the biggest thing over Tesla is
I saw Shorty at the gym stand outside. I'm like, why is she sitting there? Tesla automatically just pull out, and then she just walked to it. I was like, that's hard.
No, that's hard.
Like, that's so see.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's so see.
That's hard.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
The joint turned on and drove up to her. That's hard.
Yes, bro. She was really sitting there on her phone.
I think I seen a video on that. That's hard.
On her phone, the Tesla was parked. That she pressed a button, that joint came out, went to the stop sign, waited. Then she walked to the car, hopped in the driver's seat, drove off. Wow. That's tough. That's tough, bro. Like
I would pay for that.
I would pay for that. That's hard.
That's hard.
Imagine it's raining, bro. Like you know what I mean?
That's hard.
The miles driven, the data that's unprecedented.
Even if the hardware works, bearish analysts say Tesla is behind competitors. Google's self-driving arm, Waymo, does 200,000 rides a week in 4 cities, with more on the way.
What he's about to deliver is basically the same thing that Waymo offered 10 years ago.
So bearish investors basically think 2 things. 1, Tesla cars are not equipped with the tech needed to achieve full self-driving. 2, competitors like Waymo are ahead, way ahead. Bulls say otherwise.
Tesla's going to be able to produce Cybercabs $30,000, $35,000. Waymo's are $240,000 cars. You can't scale them, and they're only in 4 cities. When you look at Cybercab in terms of the fleet concept, producing it at mass, in that concept, their profit, it's a phenomenal business model.
Michael Dunn has studied China's EV revolution closely and says the move to robotics may be the US's only chance to compete.
If we go all in on electrics today, we cannot compete with China. And I think the current administration has made it clear that electrics are not a priority, that we'll bide our time. And the hope is that American companies will innovate and be able to capture that next wave of what a vehicle of the future looks like in order to compete with the Chinese. For example, autonomy, Waymos and Teslas and NVIDIA's powering really amazing vehicles of the future, moving away from EVs to AVs and robotics.
But even if Tesla gets the tech right, skeptics say the business case isn't there. If one of these companies, much less 4 or 5, figure out how to make fully autonomous robotaxis at scale, they could pack the streets of every city with them.
There's no limit to how many robotaxis Google can make because they don't need humans. So they can just like keep making more and more and more of these things. And so what happens is that as this is deployed on mass scale, pricing comes down and the scale players will be profitable, but it'll be like Amazon where you have a small profit margin and you have to have large scale.
There's also more to running a rideshare business than just driving the car.
You replace the cheapest part of the system, which is a minimum wage driver, by a very, very expensive technology. And you need to hire many people around it to replace the driver because the driver was also the guy who cleaned the car, also doing safety.
Then there's valuations.
There's no estimates for these growth verticals that they're going to go into. And you need to have more estimates for how much robotaxi revenue they're going to generate. And those estimates don't even exist. So what are we comparing it to? There's no benchmark or ruler out there that we can say, I can say, oh, well, consensus thinks they'll do 50 million in robotaxi revenue in 2029. I think they'll do 75 million. So I think that this stock is a buy. There's literally no estimates.
So 3 hurdles to clear. Tesla needs autonomous tech. They need to be at least as good as Waymo or anyone else. They have to make money in what could be an extremely low margin business if it's a business worth doing in the first place. Then there are the robots.
So this year, we hopefully will be able to make about 5,000 Optimus robots. We're technically, we're aiming for enough parts to make 10,000, maybe 12,000.
So the idea that we're going to have some robot that's super useful that can do all these things for us anytime soon is a fantasy. It's just a sci-fi fantasy. When basic things like the Roomba are still struggling to like wash our floors. And then the longer term business of building robots is a highly competitive business with no real market yet. So selling consumer robots to me is like a pie in the sky.
If you're uninsured, you could have rough waves ahead.
I bet.
You have to lease them. I don't think they're gonna sell them.
Really?
They're like leasing them. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm an activist investor, and I still think Tesla has the best products and services.
But those products and services, he says, are the EVs, energy storage devices like power walls, even the solar roofs, which Musk once gave as much attention to as the products he is touting today.
Tesla is losing market share, big part because they are not pursuing the lower cost model. Absolutely a strategic mistake, and maybe it's not the US market, it's the global market that really asked for this car.
Ford and GM can't compete at all with these Chinese companies, at all. The only real competitor to the Chinese companies is Tesla, but they haven't been able to introduce a lower price point car, and they're losing that share of the market very quickly to the Chinese.
Musk's public reputation is deteriorating, and the backlash against him is hurting Tesla.
Yeah. I can't walk past the TV without seeing a Tesla on fire. And like, what's going on?
Hey.
You know, some people, it's like, listen, I understand if you don't want to buy our product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's a bit unreasonable, you know. Like, like this is psycho. Stop being psycho.
Bad news for him is he's only got one way for him to go now, which is down. So this honeymoon of, I don't know, what was it, a month? You know, it's over. And if the board of directors actually did what was best for Tesla and had a real CEO and refocused its image on what it really does well, which is make EVs and batteries and charging, and, you know, really did that business, it's an incredibly important company for the future.
The challenge with simply returning to EVs is that if Tesla is merely an automaker, its share price may be way too high.
Tesla's a very expensive auto OEM compared to the growth you're getting, compared to the margins you're getting. And I think they benefited from a unique moment in time when people had a lot of discretionary income. Oil was more expensive because the Russia-Ukraine war was starting, and they sold a lot of EVs at very high margins.
It trades over 105 times earnings, which is not only expensive to the overall market, but that's even more expensive than its own historical average. So I think for all those reasons, whether I find another place to add my money or I wait for a better entry point, I would not jump in with 2 feet at Tesla right now.
If you're buying Tesla because they sell EVs to you and to the public, the stock's overvalued, we think, right? If you're buying it because there's a very large growth opportunity in their energy storage and generation business, and there's a very large growth opportunity in Optimus and FSD and robotaxi, then the stock really can work.
The stock is a maniacal retail investor base. You know, it's basically, it's a cult, right? And so how do you deprogram a cult? What causes that to happen? I don't know. But it's a cult that's made a lot of money, which is even harder to think about when it ends.
What I'm saying is hang on to your stock. So.
Yeah, I'm talking about the stock in general. Like, I'm not really investing it for the car. It's more so the FSD, robot, stuff like that. I think that's what Tesla's really going to be great in. Volatility. I said all this long term for real. All this is long term. You got any last words, brother?
Keep putting y'all money in the market, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all I'm gonna say.
Yes, sir. Keep investing. Appreciate y'all joining in. I see there's 2 people in here right now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Leave a comment. Let me know what I think. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap the live stream up. Appreciate y'all joining. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all enjoyed it, and watch some old videos. I'm gonna clip these up. But yeah, we out. JRuss TV.